Yo, this is the Christopher Complex, the Christopher Complex Show. It's my podcast. So what is the Christopher Complex Show? Simply, I believe, man, I put it to you this way. I read something the other day about how many cells is in the human body. And it was recorded 37.2, get this, trillion cells. There's a scientist, teacher, and author named Bruce Lipton who said in his book, The Biology Belief, you could check his stuff out on YouTube. It's amazing, man. Something I always believed in, and he actually proved it. And I'll tell you what that is. But he said that it's impossible for you to call yourself one thing when you have trillions of cells making you up. Now, what he was trying to say is that in those trillions of cells, each one of those cells is a living organism, as we studied in regular school. And, you have to just look at it that way. We are a complexity of so many things. And the miracle of walking around on this earth, being birthed, thinking, doing all this other stuff that we're doing, man, that's incredible. So, we're complex. Sometimes we keep it simple, but we are very complex. And I'm going to take it from the standpoint of simply saying, what do you want to do? I know a lot of people just say everything. And it's true. So, that's what the Christopher Complex Show is about. It's about variety. It's about just being you, just the complexity of you. So, what I want to try to do every episode going forward is to highlight and just, simply show somebody else's complexity and respect their complexity, honor their complexity. So I'll give you an example. Let's start with the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was very complex in the sense of he wanted to do more than just box. I'm quite sure if you walk up to him and ask him, are you just a boxer? He's going to say no. I'm quite sure, as we can see, he was an advocate. He was into health and nutrition. He was strong in his beliefs. He was about the truth, righteousness, helping others. He was so many things. And you hear those words, he was so many things. She was so many things. Look at Serena Williams. Give me one more for today. Listen, this is the best tennis player ever. Another greatest of all time. And she too is advocating, clothing designer. It's impossible for you to just be one thing and one thing only. That mantra that, I have a friend, and he is like, I'm just this. And the funny thing about it, as much as he tries to say he is just one thing, it's impossible because he does some other things that he's known for. So what are you known for? What do you want to be known for? That's what the Christopher Complex Show is about. It's about my complexity, some of the things I want to share and get out and add value to you. So talking about adding value, because we have to, add value to other people's lives. About a week ago, some of you may know I'm into music, so I'm going to put that out there. I'm into music. I write songs, producing, done some shows and stuff like that. We're going to take it on a higher level this year. So taking it on a higher level, you ask yourself that question. So how do I get to the higher level? And I believe in mentors. You need mentors. You need people to guide you that came before you, regardless of age, you're young or old, black or white, male or female. You can learn from everybody at any time if you keep your eyes open. So I was going to this seminar maybe about 2 or 3 times or something like that by a gentleman His name is Walter. He created an organization called Livethe.biz. And he just brings the best panelists together every month in New York City. He's growing exponentially. Check him out. You want to go on the website is Livethe.biz, and you'll find him. You find him on Facebook, Twitter. You find him everywhere. YouTube. He's got crazy videos. He's got another seminar coming up. I'll tell you about that and what the date is and where you can find that information. But I just wanted to shout him out. I personally received a lot of value from him, and I want to extend it to you guys and let you know, if you're into music, if you're into beat making, writing songs, you want to be an artist, and you want to find some answers and get answers on the spot that same day, you definitely need to check out Walter from Livethe.biz. And he adds value. He knows exactly what the artists are looking for. He knows what everybody's looking for. He puts everybody in a room, and he has a very eloquent way of making everybody talk, give up the goods, give up the jewels, the information, and talk to each other and try to powwow and make some things happen. I think the only thing that probably doesn't happen is that, like any other seminar, even Tony Robbins was saying this, I can bring you in the room and I can teach you this stuff, but if you don't go home and do it, nothing's going to happen. So I just wanted to add a little value to him, and hopefully if you're into music and you need some answers, if you're starting out or if you are, trying to get into another realm, I've seen this brother bring in people from all walks of life, publishers, executives, music supervisors, producers, artists. It's incredible. Personalities. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So next week he's got a seminar at WeWork, and it's going to be on April 10th. I just got to plug this brother because we got to support each other, and there's nothing wrong in doing that. The title of the seminar is How to Earn Money from Your Music in Television and Films. The Music Licensing and Network Summit. It's at WeWork 404 Fifth Avenue, New York City, Wednesday, April 10th at 6 p.m. Go on his website, Livethe.biz. That was very clever of him to do that. And you can get the tickets, and join his organization. He's going to have a panel. He also does coaching. I took his coaching, and I learned a lot. Very, very on point, very quick information. Didn't take that long to get what I needed to get. It clarified what I was thinking, and we're going to make some steps. So, Walter, thank you. Just want to blow you up and, talk to the audience about you. So, at the top, I just want to give my take on some things and plug some things. If you're in Brooklyn this Friday, you want to go to Brooklyn Borough Hall. There's a event in commemoration and remembrance of Martin Luther King, the day he was assassinated, unfortunately, which was April 4th. So on April 5th, 2019, at 6:45, you want to go to Brooklyn Borough Hall. There's going to be remembrance and a reading from Willie Mae Brown. She's going to be reading her memoirs from a book about Selma and her life during the civil rights movement. That's going to be powerful stuff. She's been popping up everywhere and building up her brand and stuff like that. So you definitely want to, check that out, and not just show up for Martin Luther King's birthday, because that's what we always do, but also, have a memorial for the day he left us, and he's still here because his spirit is still here. On another plane, you can do that, but he's still here, and I'm quite sure he knows that there's still a struggle, with all the stuff going on, Me Too movement, still racism popping up, the way some of the politicians are talking, unequal pay, all that other good stuff. He's still here, and we need to, just take a minute, get away from the goofy stuff, and just remember, we got to constantly build, and never let that go. You got to always constantly build. And we'll talk about constantly building and creating massive action a little bit later in this podcast. So that's this Friday at Brooklyn Borough Hall. Eric Adams is the Brooklyn Borough president. He's hosting it with his team and his people. Great people over there. I know a few of them. And that's going to be at 6:45. Starts at 7 sharp. Don't be late. The event is going to be at Brooklyn Borough Hall. Willie Mae Brown will be reading from her book, Selma, and it's a personal memoir. So I want to talk about one other thing, and this gentleman, Nipsey Hussle, I never really heard his music until, unfortunately, the incident that happened. But I still didn't listen to his music. I was checking out his hustle, and he has some rules on the hustle. And it's funny how you can ask yourself, man, how do I get things done? I've read a lot of books, watched a lot of videos, tapes, all kinds of things. And, it all comes down to work. Work, and just working your thing, man. And if it doesn't happen, maybe you just need to put a little bit more work in. I'm like doing some things right now, and I'm like, okay, I'm happy that I'm working, and I'm happy that I made progress, but I got to turn on more work, because if you want let's just say you want a massive paycheck, you got to do some massive work. Now, that doesn't mean you have to work 1 million hours. It just means whatever you're putting out got to be dope. It got to be the good. It got to be the goods. It got to be what they want. And sometimes you might not even know what they want. I was watching Timbaland on his masterclass. I signed up for that, man. That masterclass thing is awesome. And Timbaland said, just make your beats. So replace beats with your product. Just make your beats. And don't be weary when you think one of your beats or one of your songs is a hit and everybody else doesn't think it, but they think this other song that you created, that you may not like so much, is the hit. Just leave it alone. Don't try to overprocess it. That's the hit. And you can replace that with product or whatever you're doing. Just keep making, just keep creating. And so looking at that young man, Nipsey Hussle, I understand how some of the luminaries, people say, imagine what this cat would have did if he had more time to be on this planet, if he did more, stuff, because he was in the community, he was doing some things, and he was making things grow. He was being abundant. He was being fruitful. The number one commandment: be fruitful and multiply. That's the first thing that the Most High has dropped. Believing in God or not, that's the first thing that creation dropped. Be fruitful and multiply. So anyway, what's up with me? Oh man, I'm getting ready to go to the ASCAP Expo. First time going to ASCAP Expo. It's May 2nd to the 4th. Can't wait to meet a lot of people. And speaking about meeting a lot of people and massive action, I'm going to tie this in together. So, networking. Sometimes people think that there's a mystery to networking. And it could be, but I'm going to clarify it up. So, here's how you network. You got to do that all the time. Now, people are going to say, what are you talking about? Everybody knows that. No. Put it on your calendar. You need a goal of how many times you're going to network. Down to the day, down to the week, and to the month. And you have to just keep meeting a lot of people. You are going to read a lot of books. You are going to talk to a lot of people that's going to tell you need to meet 3 people. They're going to simplify it. I'm not going to simplify it. I know. I just said at the top of the show that I'm complex, but this is actually complex. But I'm going to simplify it. Ha. If you follow. Anyway, so here it is. Let's say on a Monday, let's say you're in the real estate industry and there's a broker open house. You need to go to that broker open house if you are not showing. And you need to tell everybody in the family, this is what I have to do. Because, when it's time to express your livelihood, I'm going to say it that way. Instead of spending money, express your livelihood, express the way you want to live. you need that massive spending action to do that. And that's a huge freedom when you don't have to worry about your bills and you can buy on impulse and you don't have nothing to worry about because there's savings, there's things working in the background, stocks and bonds and stuff like that. But on a Monday, if you're going to network on that Monday. Don't get tired because you may have to go back and do it on Tuesday. And then don't get tired. You may have to come back and do it on Wednesday. I'm going to give you a real life example. Remember, we have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 hands, 2 feet, 1 mouth. Shut up. Listen to this for a second and observe. Use all your observing members of your body. I was at this job I had, and the president owner would go out every single night courting big time deal makers, taking them out to dinner, going to their dinners, just every single night. And you see him in the morning, you be like, man, this dude looks tired. But just simplify it. He was doing the most important part of his business. He was making sure I had a paycheck. He was making sure that everybody in that office had a paycheck because nobody was worried that we wasn't going to get paid at the end of the week or 2 weeks. He was worried. If you have a business, and I'm going to say this to myself, because sometimes when you do these podcasts, you're actually, giving yourself therapy. When he was going out every single night, probably rested 1 day a week or maybe on Sunday, and then probably going to play golf on the weekend. When he was doing all of that, he was solidifying his position. He was creating opportunities that he had to nurture. He had to plant them seeds at those dinner parties. He had to go to these parties and feed people, expensive sushi, drink expensive wine, pick them up in limos and town cars and stuff like that. And these are people that had more money than he did, but they had access to the keys. As Khalid said, the DJ, don't drop that bag, man. You got a bag, meaning you have critical mass. You got to take care of your family. Don't drop the bag, man. Don't drop it. You have to pick it up. You have to do whatever is necessary, even when you're tired and you lazy, and get that done. And so when I went to that networking event that I was telling you guys about at Livethe.biz, gotta plug you again, brother. Anyway, I'm plugging in because it's some dope stuff over there. And word of mouth is the thing. But when I went to that networking event, I used to go to networking events, meet somebody, and never call them. And they would never call me. What is going to happen is this. If you constantly go to networking events, you're going to meet a bunch of people that you're never going to call and they're never going to call you back. But then one day you're going to meet somebody and you're going to click. That's why you're going to a networking event. You're not going to a networking event to immediately get paid, get a deal, get a job, get a business, express your business. That's not going to happen. They just met you. It's just a brand new relationship. Unless they really, really have a need for you at that moment, not going to happen. They need to fill you out, check you out, see how you doing, see if if you is what you is. I said that. See if you are who you are. They need to check out your website, your landing page, whatever it is. So don't go networking thinking that, okay, I'm going to hit today. Go networking so you can go back to your contact manager and say, I need to call this person, see how they doing, and I need to figure out, is this going to lead somewhere? And then if you had said in your networking, I'm going to call you or we're going to do something, and even if you're not ready, just say hello. Because the other person might be ready to go. And if you're not ready, why are you not ready? Is it because stupid stuff like, oh, the house ain't clean, I gotta have my mind a certain way, I gotta do this and this gotta be. Get prepared. And sometimes, as other people have said, just throw yourself out there haphazardly. You'll figure it out. Windows is all about that. Bill Gates put out Windows, all about that. And then everybody just called him and said, fix this problem, and he fixed it. Then he made another Windows. That was 98. And on and on and on and on and on. So when you network, I'm going to clarify this. When you network, go network a lot. Go meet people a lot. If you went to Vistaprint and you got 500 business cards, the reason why they gave you 500 business cards is because 5 people out of them 500 contacts that you meet, them the 5 people. Or let's do the 80-20 rule. Even though the 90-10 and the 95-5 is better. But if you got 500 business cards and you keep networking, 20% of the networking, 20% of them 500 business cards is going to be the thing that's going to make you. And that's how you network. You go out on a Monday. If there's another opportunity, go out on a Tuesday. If there's another opportunity on Wednesday, go out on Wednesday. Okay, 3 is cool. Maybe 4 is even better. Take a break. Put stuff in your contact manager. The future is in the follow-up. These are the things that's all in all the books. And do it the next week. And do it the next week. It's going to pop. I had to figure that out the hard way because people don't want to tell you nothing. People don't want to share anything. It's like you go to a networking event and some people are there to just show you how fashionable they are. What the frick is that? And then some people are there to just be condescending, to just tell you how further off they are than you. What is that? If you're at a networking event and you know you're doing better than somebody else, real simple, man. Pull them up. Help them out. They had a networking event. They could be at home watching Netflix, Game of Thrones. They had a networking event to meet you. If you got the goods, help them out. Tell them what they need to do to get prepared. And that's why I had to blow up Walter, because when you add value to somebody, man, please, they're going to add value to you. So I just wanted to give you all that. And also, man, I'm sorry to tell you where I'm at. Also, I got a theme. I think everybody should have a theme of the season, month, or year. This year's theme is don't be lazy for me. If you take a minute to observe what laziness is, man, that thing is cancer. Laziness is probably worse than procrastination. Or it disguises itself as procrastination, because people may say, oh, you lazy, and they get all offended. And then they get all nice and methodical about the word procrastination. Yeah, I know I procrastinate. It's the same damn thing. You lazy. Get the hell up. Go to somebody right now, tell them they lazy. Watch how they get all defensive. And then turn around and tell them they procrastinate. They'll be a little bit easy with you and be like, yeah, I do procrastinate. That's BS. You lazy. Here's why don't be lazy is the theme of the year. When you get an opportunity to do something that you actually really like doing, and you could do it to death, like James Brown would say, you're going to ask yourself, okay, so how can I get this done again? And then you're going to realize, oh, you got to do all that work. Now, work doesn't mean slavery. It just means do something. Not be lazy, do something. And then do something more. And keep doing more until it actually pops and blows up in your damn face. That's what you got to do. So I'm sitting there one day and I'm doing something that I wanted to do for my family, and I'm like, man, how does this continue to happen? And it creates addiction. In short, I'm freaking spending money the way I want to spend money. No damn rules. Y'all want some more? Just keep going, because that's what it's supposed to be about. Has nothing to do with being extravagant. This is my life. This is the way I would live if I had money. And I said, man, I would have been able to do this all the damn time if I wasn't lazy. I was lazy with a lot of the projects that I had, ideas, everything. The galaxy gives you an idea. I know it's hard. I didn't say it was easy. The galaxy gives you an idea. Write that sucker down and make a promise to get some action behind it. Action is power. Not knowledge, action. Get somebody that's knowledgeable, that knows every damn thing, that don't do nothing. Then turn around and get somebody that does action. You will see who's got the power. So, my theme of the year is don't be lazy. I'm going to try to spread that thing all around the world. Because, man, when you see somebody on the train or somebody in public faking the funk, they got on materialistic bags that symbolize a certain lifestyle, and they faking it. Like, I mean, you just can't walk around with, $1,000 damn bag and you really don't live that lifestyle. I mean, you can, but in the back of your mind, you're not really feeling good about that. You're just like, I'm keeping up. Don't keep up. Be a part of the lifestyle. That's your livelihood. So as I tell my son all the time, why would you let somebody take your livelihood away from you? Tell yourself that. So anyway, not going to keep going on, man. I just wanted to start getting these shows going. And as I said, we're going to do some other things too. Have some characters come on and do some interviews. And that's about it, man. So thank you for listening to the Christopher Complex Show. I can be reached at ChristopherComplex.com. You'll see the podcast. You'll see new music. I'm going out to Ask Him, Ask Pro. Anybody going out there, let me know so we can hook up, get something, get some water, network. And I'm going to try to pass out 500 damn business cards to see if I can get 20 people to call me back and just say, "Yo, what's going on?" So what am I into? I make beats, I write songs. I do real estate. We're going to talk about real estate. If you need a real estate agent, all that, whatever. If you need answers to questions or how do I get this done or whatever, I'll point it out, man. This is a Christopher Complex Show. We're going to talk about health, everything, man. Let's do it. It's 2019. It's still early. Almost at the midway point, but it's early. Let's get something done. So anyways, you can hit me up on Twitter also at The Chris Complex, and you'll see me there, and I'll respond, and I'll talk to you, and we can talk to each other and build. All right, guys. I'm going to let y'all go. Thank you for listening to the Christopher Complex Show. Talk to y'all. Peace.